Hi there, my name's Karin Ward and I'm from Sydney, Australia, and this is my introductory video about my background, my reasons for wishing to teach English abroad, and my views on classroom management. So firstly, why Turkey? I've travelled quite extensively in Europe. I've never been to Turkey. I'm very interested in Istanbul as a very vibrant cosmopolitan city, the cultural diversity there and the beautiful scenery that I've heard about. I would be very honoured to teach English to people in Turkey. I love the English language and I would like to help them achieve their goals and dreams in which they need to speak English. So doing the CELTA certificate at UTS Sydney was the next step for me to broaden my career so that I could combine my love of teaching with my love of travel. And secondly, my background. I've been a teacher for 20 years in the state government, private and Catholic systems. I've taught in performing arts colleges, the gifted and talented, and students with special needs. In order to do this, I completed my Bachelor of Education Primary at UNSW to teach primary, a graduate diploma in expressive and performing arts to teach art and drama at primary level, and a Bachelor of Arts Design at UWS to teach art, photography and design at secondary level. Of course, I enjoyed teaching all these creative subjects, and I also began writing courses at my local community centres and cultural centres for adults and running workshops in art for them. And I began to think about teaching adults. In the last couple of years, my work across Western Sydney, I've been given classes in addition to my usual creative subjects in English and given students at lower levels and having to find ways to make English enjoyable and achievable and interesting for them. And that's in addition to my usual ESL students that I have in my usual subjects. And recently I also completed the winter session for EF Language Travel and the summer session for American International Academy. I really enjoyed working for these companies where the philosophy was of very transparent and enjoyable learning, where the classroom lessons were intermingled with activities and excursions. And I really enjoyed using my skills in art and drama as well. And thirdly, my views on classroom management. I've had been managing classes with 20 to 25 students for 20 years. I've always had very good classroom management. I have a very calm manner and a very personable style. I've always try to get to know my students as individuals, and in the creative subjects where the students use their individual opinions and views as starting points for their work, I use this as a tool to get to know them. I'm very open and sharing and personable, and I find if I do this, I can build the students' trust and respect, that they reciprocate and are willing to do more for me. In terms of classroom management specifically, I always set very clear expectations for the class and make sure that the lesson aims are understood. I do a lot of preparation in order to make sure that the lesson is very enjoyable and the level is set correctly for the class. If it isn't, then I will adjust it, and I always monitor the class to make sure that all the students are engaged and able to learn. If it is a mixed ability class, as it often is, I might do some group work where the students work in teams or groups and information is elicited so that the students can pick up learning through the feedback and brainstorming, and that they can learn as well. If I did have a disruptive student, as I occasionally have had, I would issue them a warning and try to find out what is causing the disruptive behaviour, as there's always a reason. It may be that the work set is too easy or difficult for the student, in which case I would adjust it, or there may be a student sitting near them that is disrupting them, in which case I would reseat them. If none of these methods were successful, I would give the student some time out at the front of the room, set a task for the class, and then have a discussion with the student. I would engage in restorative practice, where I would try to find out what is happening for the student, how they're feeling, what we can do about it, and how it is affecting the class. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching my video. Bye-bye now.